Hey, good morning. Good morning. It's Tuesday. It's the last day of April. Can you believe that stuff? Last day of April. April. Time's going by quickly. Time's going by quickly. Hey, this is Eyes on Smash Bros. Radio, the only a digital award-winning radio station located in Birmingham, Alabama. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you have not done so, please like, follow, share, and subscribe, as well as download our app. You can find it on the App Store for Androids as well as iPhones. Smash Bros. Radios can be found on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, as well as Instagram. So please like, follow, share, and subscribe. As for me, eyes, hey, you can find me anywhere on same what is it, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. So check me out. Check me out. Check me out. Check me out. We have a lot going on as usual, but we're going to be okay. We are definitely going to be okay. You got two events coming up. Two events coming up. May 18th and 19th, you have the barbershop basketball tournament, 5-on-5 youth and adult competition. There will be live DJ, entertainment, food trucks, pizza party, as well as a carnival. Kids are $10, adults $15, and that is for both days. Contact participating shops for tickets. As well, there will be trophies as well as rings. For more information, call 205-200-9423. Once again, that's 205-200-9423. He's going to be at the 1600 4th Court West, Birmingham, Alabama, 35205. So please, 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 please go. Also, make sure that you check out Main Attractions Barber and Style, 1011 Honor, the shop on 78, and Linked Up Cuts and Styles. Those are the participating shops that you can get your tickets. But call for more information, 205-200-9423. We will appreciate you. I'm going to try to make it out there. OZZz is a proud sponsor of the Southern Bully Showdown Part 2, being presented by 1888 Bully Kennels. It's going to be on November 9th, 2024 at the Bessemer Civic Center, 1130 9th Avenue West, Bessemer. So please come out. Please come out. If you are a vendor, you wish to sponsor, if you wish to donate, if you're a food truck, if you're a kennel, there's still booths available. Please, 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 you can get in touch with DeWine 205-460-6435. Once again, that's 205-460-6435. So please, 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 please come out. We're going to have a good time viewing the dogs, viewing the breeds. Good way of getting together. 5-on-5 basketball. Good time to get the family together and to participate. So please come out and support. We appreciate you, appreciate you, appreciate you, appreciate you. Well, the situation with Gaza, situation with the Zionists isn't getting any better. If anything, it's getting worse. You're having protest. We mentioned about Kent State yesterday. We do not want to revisit what transpired in at Kent. We do not wish that to transpire. And then you have to ask, what is the difference? What is the difference between peaceful demonstrations and protests during the Vietnam and Cambodian War, South Africa apartheid, civil rights, and now? Now, civil rights is a whole new element by itself because there was protests, and at the same time, there was a lot of violence that was not created by the protesters, but were produced by those opposing civil rights. Now, when you take that element of hatred and especially when there wasn't so much violence during the South Africa, there were divestments. Universities and colleges, there was some success, and because some colleges did divest from South Africa. So now we have the question of divesting support to Israel. So once I learned how to, don't laugh at me. Once I learned how to use this app, this app a little bit more, I'm going to back up and show you some pictures. In 1948, the Zionists were kicked out of their homelands, which was Europe. They were located in Europe. So the Germans, in particular, the Germans kicked them out of Germany. Now, these were German immigrants. These were German citizens. I understand that. The Zionists initially were German immigrants or German refugees. So in 1948, they were on a boat and they had a sign. The Germans destroyed our families and homes. Don't you destroy our hopes. Now that was in 1948. So the Palestinians welcomed these refugees into their homeland, welcomed them with love and with all the things that you would do when you welcome people. Again, understand these were not original residents of Palestine. And please do not get them confused. There was Palestine before there ever was an Israel. Israel is a former day Palestine. So you have these refugees immigrating from Germany. Germany, which was their homeland, they kicked them out. They went to Palestine. Palestinians welcomed them. And keep in mind that during this time, Palestine was a mixture of all cultures. You had the actual Jews, you had the Muslims, you had the Palestinians. All were living homogeneously in one country, getting along. Now, there were conflicts, of course, but the conflicts were always handled. So you had this beautiful land, this beautiful culture of different cultures living in one land. Then you had the Zionists who were kicked out of Germany, which was their homeland. They were born in Germany. They had lived in Germany. And you see, we have to keep in mind the Holocaust not only affected the Zionists or the Jews, the Holocaust affected other groups during that time too. You had gays, you had Jehovah's Witnesses, you had handicaps, anything that did not fit into the scenario of what Hitler thought was the grand race was put in concentration camps. So the Zionists or these refugees were kicked out of their homeland. The Germans had destroyed their families, had destroyed their homes, had destroyed everything about the refugees. They went through a lot of persecution, a lot of murders, a lot of rapes, pretty much what they are doing now to the Palestinians. So again, in 1948, Palestinians welcomed open arms to the refugees in 1948. Then in 2024, we have those same individuals that were welcome saying that we are fighting human animals. There are no rules. We will kill them all. See, that kind of scares you because now you have to be cautious about who you allow into your home. And we know you can't have everybody in your home. We know this. We know this. We know this. So now you have all these problems coming up. And if now the media is finally, and when I say media, I use that term loosely, most of the information that I've received have been from TikTok and other social medias, but mostly TikTok. And so TikTok is the former day television, because remember I told you yesterday that if it hadn't been for the television, no one would have known what was going on in Vietnam and Cambodia. And that's what started the protest. That started what Kent State with Richard Nixon. Richard Nixon was a crook. He was impeached. He was removed. But he was forgiven by his vice presidents. Agnew, was it? Spiro Agnew. So now, according to OZZz, U.S. lawmakers from both parties are threatening the ICC, which is the International Criminal Court, with regulatory action if it carries out its duties against Israeli officials. U.S. Congress members from both parties have reportedly warned the International Criminal Court that Washington will retaliate against the court if it issues arrest warrants against top Israeli officials. Now, this is coming from the Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu. He is asking, he is urging, he is telling our Congress, our government, to block the ICC actions. He has asked us to quickly to oblige him. Now, why is it that all the countries why is it all the countries in which are allies, which we have helped, we have bases in, therefore we have, military bases. Why is it that Israel is the only country in which we do not have a military base? Why is it that the Western media is not posting, is not showing what is transpiring in former day Palestine? If you were to research, if you were to look up to see who these who or CEOs and presidents of most of these medias, you'll find out they were Zionist. You'll find out they were Zionist. And everyone in Biden's administration, except for one, are Zionist. Kind of frightening, isn't it? AIPAC is giving buku money for this 2024 election. Let me show you how easy. See, there's no reason for anyone not to understand what's going on. And I've showed you this previous times. What is AIPAC?
The term APAC means Asia Pacific. This is from the...
What is the country? What is who? What do you call them?
It's 9:15 a.m.
See, that's why you have to understand how to ask the questions. What is the AIPAC political organization?
Here's what I found.
AIPAC, American Political. Oh. What is AIPAC, the political organization?
The apex of an organization or system is the...
See, that's why you have to know what you're doing. Mm. But AIPAC at one time was just an organization that had Israel's benefits at heart. But now they have changed, and they are the only group that does not have to register with the federal government. The only political pack, the only pack that does not have to register, and because of them not having to register, they can give as much money as they want to any politician. And if you were to go and find out who are the main supporters of all the Congress, all the senators, you'll find out it's AIPAC. So it's both parties. And as I've told you previously, both of the parties are guilty. Both of the parties are twins. They're twin. Neither one is any better. But see, at this point in our venture, we cannot have tunnel vision. We cannot have blinders on. Yes, Biden is fucking up. Yes, 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 yes. But really, we are in a predicament because you have the orange tangerine idiot who's out for himself, who is going to destroy the democracy, who is going to, and they've been honest. The Republican Party has been honest. They are going to deregulate everything. They're going to push everything back. They're taking everything that the progressives have gained. They're pushing back to the 50s and 60s. They're giving you a Christian, in their definition, a Christian life, what they deem as a Christian life. That means that they're taking voting rights away from folks. That means that they're going to try to do away with Social Security, Medicaid, social services. We do not have time to have tunnel vision or blinders on. I understand it's really frustrating because when you think about it, we're really in a predicament because you have two old individuals who have no business being in office. But again, who is the lesser of the two evils? And yes, Biden has a very, very upsetting history. Yes, it was because of him while he was in the Senate that you have all these incarcerations of black males. Bill Clinton didn't help matters much either. So yes, 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 we are in a predicament. You have one individual who wants to do away with democracy, who wants to make it a dictatorship, who wants to have all say and control over everything that we do. And on the other hand, you have an old ass fool who is feeble, who has no business being in office. But when you look in the bigger picture, he's the best of the two. So what we need to do is we need also to elect those individuals to Congress and to the Senate that are going to do what the majority of the citizenry wants. We want no billions of dollars being sent to Israel again. Those billions of dollars can be used here and should be used here in the United States. You have homelessness. You have children going hungry during the summer. You are even having the politicians to even do away with free food. There's no time for tunnel vision. We have no time for it. The United States is going through a growing spell, a growing spurt. Europe went through it, and it just about destroyed Europe. Now we're going through it. Now, are we going to use what has transpired in history to propel us so that way we do not fall further back than what we already are? Yes, we have gained. Yes, 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 but we haven't gained enough. There are many examples. There are multiple examples. There are numerous examples of where we have failed. We know that the justice, the criminal justice system, we know that it's messed up. When you compare it to the rest of the world, it's the best out there, unfortunately. But we can do better by understanding, being conscientious, being aware of those issues, and making sure that those individuals that we vote for are on the same page as we are. Yes, it is depressing. Yes, it is upsetting. Yeah, I agree with all. I agree with all of it. Yes, 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 yes. But again, in the bigger picture, the lesser of the two evils is Biden. We cannot be blinded by what Biden is doing. We still have a chance of changing. With Trump, we will never have a chance in doing any changing. The Tea Partiers are the same individuals, or the MAGA Trumpers. Same ones. Tea Partiers. That was the worst thing that the Republican ever did, was to allow that fringe group to enter their party. Anyone who tells you that they are a conservative Christian or Christian conservative, they're racist. And you need to be cautious of them. Anyone who says that teachers should have guns in the classroom, they're dangerous. Teachers should not have guns in the system, in the classrooms. You know, some teachers have mental illness. Some teachers get mad, or some teachers feel threatened and shoot somebody. Well, I was threatened. Well, yeah, I shouldn't be in the damn classroom if you were threatened. This is a time to be cautious. This is a time to be conscientious. This is a time to be aware of those individuals in which we socialize with. Because if you have friends and you have never talked about politicalness, you have never talked about where they stand on certain issues and all, you should have those discussions with those individuals. Because it's going to hurt you when you find out that they're racist the whole time. This is no time to have tunnel vision. I'm just asking you to be more aware of the 2024 election. We need someone in the office that is not going to push us back to the 50s and 60s. We need people in the Congress as well as in the Senate that is going to vote for what we feel is best for the country, not what they feel. And all those old ass folks and all, they should be voted out anyway. They're not living in this century. They're living in their century. They have no comprehension. None. None. But this is no time to have tunnel vision. None whatsoever. None. No time at all. No time at all. We're going through a growing spell. We're finally understanding. We're finally seeing that things need to change. Things need to be modified. Things need to be revamped. We need to put a hold on this dark money that is going into the Congress and going into the Senate. We need to have term limits. We need to make it illegal, make it a felony, a Class A felony for anyone in Congress and the Senate to invest. But we need term limits. We need to make sure that we have some type of rules and guidelines, standards for the Supreme Court. We need to make sure that, just as Germany did with the Nazi symbols, we need to make it illegal also for the Confederate flag never to be shown, never to be allowed. It should be a felony. Anyone selling any propaganda dealing with the Confederacy. And I think that We should have a Confederate Day in which we burn everything, any paraphernalia dealing with the Confederacy. We should burn all the Confederates' paraphernalia. And anyone caught, anyone having it, should be charged. The flags that you see on 65, they should be done away with. They should be taken down. But we need individuals who are living in the 21st century, going into the 22nd century. We need individuals who understand change has to come. We should have universal health care that is not regulated by the insurance companies. Certain insurance companies should not have a say. Pharmaceuticals should not have total say on the price. Because why is medicine, the same medicine in Canada, cheaper than it is here? Because there's regulations. We need strict regulations. This thing about fewer, responsibility of the government has to become involved. There has to be standards. There has to be regulations on things, because you have greedy ass sons of bitches who are not going to do what they're supposed to do. So you need to regulate them. It's none of my business if a woman wants to have an abortion or not. That is between her, her physician, and her God. Doesn't matter what my opinion is. I'm not having the baby. But you need to be more conscientious of what you're supporting and who you are supporting. I've heard numerous people saying, well, I was doing better off with Trump. You're lying. You're lying. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But this is not the time to have tunnel vision. You can't have binders or blinders on. We cannot. Not now. And again, we don't have a choice. You have an idiot who's going to destroy us, and we're going to be under one rule with his rule, doing what he wants us to do. We're going to have these Christian conservatives dictating what we believe, what we wear, what we eat, everything. Or you're going to have a feeble ass son of a bitch who doesn't know what he's doing, but he's the best out there. The Zionist needs to be taken under control. Israel needs to be kicked out of what they say to our government. They should not have a say in our government. But this is a time to be conscientious. This is a time not to have blinders on, not to be told, not to have tunnel vision. No time for tunnel vision. I appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday. Take care of yourselves. Know your value. Know your worth. Know that I love you more than I love my luggage. And I will see you tomorrow. Y'all take care.